Empathy and kindness are two fundamental cornerstones which are exhibited in any societal life where we all have an opportunity for advancement. However, sadly, in today's American society, it seems that kindness, manners, and empathy is on the decline. A new survey finds that 74% of Americans believe that we've become a ruder society over the last several decades. According to the Associated Press National Center for Public Affairs research at the University of Chicago. While the study seems to agree on the general principle of what separates Americans when it comes to kindness, there is a general distinction between older and younger Americans. Younger Americans seem to be more forgiving when it comes to things such as swearing and using technology in public. One woman who's on a mission to change the way we view kindness and treating each other with just a little bit more empathy is my friend Jill Lublin. She's a master publicity strategist, consultant, speaker, and four-time best-selling author. She's conducted more than 200 speaking events worldwide, and she's committed to helping others find their voices and be heard. She empowers audiences through interactive keynotes, seminars, and training programs on publicity, networking, and influencer marketing, teaching strategies which can raise impact by using publicity as a cost-effective tool. Lublin joined me this week to discuss her vision on how we can all create a cost-effective and kinder world. I'm Kevin McShann. Let's have this conversation. Welcome you to the program, and I'm delighted to learn how you help people lead a life of kindness. Great to see you this afternoon, and thank you so very much for being here.
Oh, Kevin, delightful to be with you here, and certainly in kindness.
Absolutely. No, Jill, I know that you're an international speaker, and you speak on the topics of radical resilience, publicity, and networking in kindness. So I'm wondering if you could tell me about what makes you so fabulous and why you're so passionate about the work that you do.
Oh, thank you. Well, first of all, it helps to love what I do and to do what I love, right? And so I do mostly help people in the area of publicity and getting your name out there and creating visibility and simple things that you can actually do without spending a fortune. I wrote the book Guerrilla Publicity. So I'm really big on easy, effective, powerful things. As you know, small business owners, entrepreneurs, you all need to get out there, my friends. And then when I wrote The Profit of Kindness, which is my fourth book, all of a sudden I just, I realized that kind companies get great publicity. True? Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I put a program together called, number one, helping corporations be more kind and create cultures of kindness, and of course improve client productivity and workplace flow and make more profits, interestingly enough. And I also started kindness circles, literally helping on Zoom. We come together once a month and we help each other with kindness. It's been just so wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Joe, there's a sign in my office that says, life is a constant game of networking, right? So I'm curious about how much of an importance you really place on networking and how it can help you maximize your publicity and potential in business and in life. How do you think it's interconnected?
Well, let me just say, bottom line, and I said it, kind companies make more publicity. And publicity gets you farther, right? And of course, networking is so key to success. So the truth is kindness and networking and marketing all come together, in a way that creates that visibility factor that gets people known, seen, heard, and paid. And I have seen it come together in so many beautiful ways, consistently with all kinds of businesses and all levels of business, meaning small and large, right? So good stuff. And I promise you more success as we use all of these tools.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jill, I don't know how much research you did on me personally, but I was born with what's called spastic quadriplegia cerebral palsy. Simply means that I don't have enough oxygen in my legs to walk normally. But Jill, I live my life through the saying that inclusion is the gateway to independence. And outside of hosting this podcast, Jill, I also help organizations better infuse individuals with disabilities into the workforce. So tell me about your thoughts on how important you think it is to give folks with disabilities an avenue of inclusion in the workforce.
Well, first of all, great work you're doing because it's important, as we know, right? And so is kindness. And so when I'm doing corporate cultures of kindness, there's also coaching programs that follow that so that employees are tracked and that, we can measure productivity and increasing the visibility and actually, tangentially prove that this equals real results, just like, helping people with disabilities in the workforce. So does helping people with kindness in the workforce improve skill sets, productivity, connectedness. Very important.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe, I also know that you're a master strategist, and as you said, you help position businesses for both profitability and visibility. So, how do you think we can create a roadmap for more visibility and profitability as a business community?
So here's the thing, you got to start with your message. Kevin, you just told me your message in a very short, concise manner. I happen to think that works really well. People want to know your story, the vulnerability, the connection, really key. And I congratulate you for doing that. And that's one of my gifts, is helping people with their message so that your message really gets out, right? And I think that's important, that we get our message out quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jill, I'm curious about your thoughts on diversity as a whole and how we can better diversify our workforce to make it more inclusive and have a more accepting culture.
Like, how could we do that, is what you're asking?
Yeah.
Oh boy, that's a big question. Kind of like, how would you solve the problems in the world, right? So a couple ways. Number one, I think, being public about the commitment to your company's values, that's really key, right? And that's something I would encourage people to do, is get public about the values that you have. I think it's really important that you let people know what and who your employees are. Why do you value it? What do you stand for? And, listen, I'm seeing companies like Honda, the car company, do kindness commercials. I'm seeing one of the biggest healthcare companies, Dignity Health, they've got a campaign on the sides of their buses that say human kindness. I mean, how fabulous is that? That, my friend, is the power of getting commitment to values.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jill, in the few minutes I have left for you, I'm curious to ask you about how you believe that we can build more bridges of unity. I originally wanted to start this podcast because I looked at the world and I told myself there has to be more that bonds us together than brings us apart. So when you look at the world, how do you think we can build more bridges of unity and kindness overall?
Yes, thank you. Well, first thing is, be kind yourself, right? I mean, as a CEO, as an employee, as a solopreneur, wherever you are, one of the things I committed to, Kevin, with the Profit of Kindness is practice a conscious act of kindness every single day. And imagine, my friends, what a more beautiful world this would be if we each practice a conscious act of kindness every single day. Let's start there. 1, everybody can do it. It's free and it's easy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Joe, my final question for you this afternoon has to do with building a legacy to remember. So when you look at your own life and legacy, how do you think you would want that to be remembered?
She was kind. I did for people everything I could. I'm service oriented and I want that to be remembered. I have a good heart. I want that to be remembered. And then I've helped a lot of people get out there, get your message heard. That to me is huge. And if I can help a number of people cross that bridge into, shall I say, being known, being seen, getting heard, getting paid, then I've done something good with my life.
Absolutely. And Joe, finally tell me, if people want to get connected with the good work that you do, what's the best way they can do that?
Well, I've prepared a free gift for all your peeps, and that is an action guide on publicity plus a free masterclass with me. And that's live and interactive. Okay, so come on and get your free gift, and you go to publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift. And I'm sure you'll put it in the notes, but publicitycrashcourse.com/free gift. That's how you get a hold of me.
Well, fantastic. Gil, I really want to thank you for spending a few minutes with me. I know how busy and compact your schedule is and can get, so I really appreciate you spending a couple of minutes engaging in conversation with me around the subject of profitability and kindness. Your work in the space and time on my behalf is most appreciated, and I want to thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm delighted to be here and I'm grateful. Thank you so much.